Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Harvin. Today we're going to go through about Lab 4, that is MATLAB Simulink. First thing we want to say about competitor analysis. So here we analyzed configuring and simulating. First step is add measuring and scope blocks for V1, V2 and V3. The second step is simulate and record uh, result for verify parameters. The third thing is manual analysis, such as apply Kirchhoff current law and solve equation for nodal voltage. The fourth thing is GUI web development. Input field for R, B, and A. Display compute nodal voltage. Validate give with test case. The second analysis is circuit design in MATLAB Simulink. First, open MATLAB and launch Simulink. Use Simulink library blocks such as voltage sources, resistor, dependent current voltage. The third thing is build circuit as per the given diagram. Fourth thing is assign parameters such as voltage source 15 voltage and 10 voltage, resistor 10 ohm, dependent current source is 3 ampere. Final is connect measurement blocks to capture nodal voltage. After we simulate everything, here the result of the project work.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Uttarapadi. So today we need to explain about calculation one. First of all, note about the variation of value. So V equals to 15, and current equals to 3 ampere, and resistance equals to 10 volts. And IO equation is V1 minus V3 over 10. So as usual, everyone know we need to find the model method. The equation should be V in equals to V out. So the first V1 nodal is 0 equals to V1 minus 15 over 20 plus V1 minus V2 over 5 plus V1 minus V3 over 10 plus 3, and we need to simplify. The final answer we should get is 7V1 minus 4V2 minus 2V3 equals to 45, and the second equation for V2, the model is V1 minus V2 over 5 equals to V2 minus 4 IO over 5 plus V2 minus V3 over 5, and we need to simplify. The final answer we should get is a 14V1 minus 30V2 plus 6V3 is equal to 0. That's equation 2. And the third equation for V3 is a 3 plus V1 minus V3 over 10 plus V2 over minus V3 over 5 equals to V3 plus 10 over 5. And as usual, you need to simplify. And the steps everyone, we get a final answer is V3 V1 plus 6 V2 minus 11 V3 equals to negative 70. So as usual, are gathering three equation values, and we convert to the matrix form and sub the matrix in the calculator, and the final answer we get is V1 equals to minus 7.19, and V2 equals to negative 2.78, and the V3 equals to 2.89. Thank you. So let's see the calculation too. So the variation of value we choose is a V equals to 10 volt, and I equals to 3 ampere, and R equals to 10 ohms. As usual, the IO is a V1 minus V3 over 10. So we should know the nodal V1. So 0 equals to V1 minus 10 over 20 plus V1 minus V2 over 5 10 plus V1 minus V3 over 10 plus 3, and we need to simplify. The final answer we get is 7V1 minus 4V2 minus 2V3 equals to minus 50. That's equation 1. So the in order to the equation that we get is V1 minus V2 over 5 equals to V2 over 4 IO plus over 5 plus V2 minus V3 over 5, and as usual we need to simplify. The final answer, the equation is 14V1 minus 30V2 plus 6v3 equal to 0, and the nodal v3 is a 3 plus v1 minus v3 over 10 plus v2 minus v3 over 5 equals to v3 plus 10 over 15. So as we simplify, the final answer we get is 3v1 plus 6v2 minus 11v3 is equal to negative 70. That's equation 3. And we need to gather the three equations values, and we should substitute into the matrix form that we showed in the slide. And when we need to find v1, v2, v3, we should enter the values in matrix form into the calculator, and we get the final answer of v1 equals to negative 8.63, v2 is negative 3.62, and v3 is 2.03. So now we explain about the comparison of value. So we are choosing two different calculation, that's a difference between 15 volt and 10 volt, and we have also choose three methods, that's GUI by MATLAB and Simulink also by MATLAB and manual calculation for finding V1, V2 and V3. So when we is seeing by the table, the answers are all very similar, but there is a difference between the decimal points arrangement. So the difference between GUI and manual calculation, that's a 0.0017 for V1, and the V2 is 0.0012, and the V3 is 0.0265. But in the Stimulink versus manual difference, that's a V1 is negative 0.002, and V2 is 0.001, for V3 is a 0.026. In the case of V10, the difference between three methods, the answer should be given so similar, and the difference value also is a 0.000. That means there is a very similar compared with the first question. So as a no, there is a only difference at the V3 because there has a 0.0052 for the GUD versus manual, and the difference for the Simulink and manual is 0.05. So as a no, the calculation and the Stimulink and also the GUD method has given same answer. So the manual calculation should be correct. So hi, hello guys. Now we are in comparison slide. In previous, we are watching all the comparison between values, and now we are giving a point that's why the comparison happens. So the first method or first reason, that's a consistency cross method. So the result GIS Stimulink and manual calculation are high constants, and they only have a minor difference observed. That means when the previous slide we are showing that there is just a little bit different values only that happen, and there is because of the decimal point. The second is a prescience of method. In Stimulink, they are using advanced solver, so they have a decimal point should be more than a GUI, and the GUI is an automated nodal analysis. So that's why the process of GUI arithmetic. So the second thing is we are implement some coding method. So the coding methods are using the two decimal or three decimal answers. But the manual calculation, they is also have minor mistakes because we are using a calculator for finding answer, and we are round off each answer. So the rounding point should be the complementation. The third reason is there is a difference between, as I mentioned, rounding, and they have a solver setting because some people are stimulating solver to the numerical approximate while the manual calculation on the algebra method. So there is some error by the algebra method and the floating point arithmetic. So in GUI, the complementary involved in the limitation in the precious. So We are, as I mentioned, we are input some coding. Because of that, maybe the answer should be different a bit.
Conclusion: strengthen our understanding of electrical circuit analysis using Ohm's law and Kirchhoff law. Learn how to apply MATLAB GUI and Simulink to solve the visualized circuit problems. Perform manual calculation to determine voltage and current in the circuit. Use MATLAB GUI to analyze the circuit through an interactive and graphical interface. The next thing, simulate the circuit in MATLAB Simulink to visualize the dynamic behavior of the system. Compare the result obtained from all three methods to ensure consistency. Successfully obeyed consistent result across all three methods, validating the accuracy of our analysis. Verify and cross-check result at every steps to ensure accuracy. Thank you.